Hello, it's Nancy. Thank you for giving me the privilege to represent our city and our San Francisco values in the Congress and amplifying the voice of the big dark money in politics. That is my why I am in Congress, for the big dark money. This is my story and this is my song. As you hear me say, when you're in the arena, you have to be able to punch the children. And that is why I am running for re-election to Congress and respectfully seek your support. I would be greatly honored by it and grateful for it. Thank you so much.
Woo-hoo! Yeah! 4 more years of a career politician that has enriched themselves by selling you out. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Zergradowski here of WRLGF, and there's a lot of absolutely crazy, wild, and bewildering news to get into today, especially when it comes to foreign policy that doesn't look that good for the American public, as of course financially the situation is not crack-a-lacking, to say the least. But we have a very interesting gold company that we're going to be telling you about in just a little bit, while breaking down all the latest, biggest domestic and international news happening all around the world. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was done by the extremely talented C3P Meme on Twitter. If this person has a YouTube channel, we of course will be linking that. They do. We of course will be linking that down in the description below, as of course this AI deepfake satirical video is absolutely right on the money, just like all the secret slush funds and BlackRock, State Street private equity and funds that are financing Skeletor's congressional run as Speaker of the House, who of course loyally serves her overlords while creating one of the most despotic, draconian, messed up situations in the United States, as her district in San Francisco is absolutely reeling after many failed Democratic policies. But don't worry, they'll have more Democratic policies that, of course, will only ruin them further. As, of course, the Democratic political party is the party of Hunter Biden, the party of smoking crack rocks, buying women of the night while making international business dealings with countries like China and Ukraine that personally benefit your family while selling out this country. As the Wall Street Journal today is reporting that Hunter Biden is actually fighting back and is going to be suing the IRS because people found out about all the horrible things that he was doing. As he is specifically going after the agency for disclosing his tax returns, filing an official lawsuit in the federal courthouse in Washington, D.C., a lawsuit centering around 2 whistleblowers that decided to finally stand up for the American people and say, hey, This Biden family, with their secret emails, their joint bank accounts, their business dealings from China to Ukraine that deals with our foreign policy that is in shambles right now, is something important for the general public to understand. And now Hunter Biden is going to be suing them. This, as the countries that he had personal business dealing with are very much involved in American politics today, like, of course, Ukraine, as their president today is talking about how the current president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, is the second coming of the German leader in the 1930s. As also very interestingly today, he just fired all 6 of his defense ministers with no explanation at all, highlighting some very clear problems in his counteroffensives, as of course the Ukrainian government is known for being absolutely corrupt. A huge sum of money is now going to Ukraine. CBS News originally reported how a lot of it is going unaccounted for. A big portion of it is going missing. What's really going on here? Why were 6 defense ministers fired without explanation during a key, crucial time of a conflict? Well, that's a question that I think we should be demanding some answers to, as especially we are very intricately involved in this proxy conflict between the East and the West that is ramping up, as even Volodymyr Zelensky is warning about another world war, as other countries like Azerbaijan, North Korea, and even countries in the Middle East, even countries like India, are getting involved in the larger supply of key materials needed for this conflict, as tensions are rising over in China, where the government there is conducting a major naval exercise that has now encircled Taiwan with over 20 plus warships deployed in a single day, 160 plus planes flying over Taiwan, simulating what is essentially a blockade of the island with major fighting carrier groups that could potentially strike at any moment. As of course, it's important to note here, historically speaking, a lot of exercises usually lead to real-life events that were exactly exercised beforehand. All of this is happening while here in the United States, the country just lost an $80 million F-35 fighter jet that they're asking the public to help find. Yes, you heard that correctly. A stealth, top-of-the-line, high-tech American fighter jet with the latest and greatest technology that the military-industrial complex could muster and squeeze out of the American taxpayer that they paid the highest price for is now missing after a pilot ejected from the plane, but then somehow still continued to fly without him and since has gone missing. As the plane originally disappeared over South Carolina over an alleged mishap, with now many people asking the question, hey, you guys could track Lauren Boebert's bazonkas, but you can't track an $80 million fighter jet? And with that kind of leadership and financial irresponsibility, this is why I want to tell you about one of the sponsors of this video, and that, of course, is Red Lake Gold Mines, a company that has reached out to us and wanted to work with us one-on-one, and that's why we're going to be talking to you about, with, of course, all the latest financial and commodity news, which I think is absolutely important to talk about right now, as I also wanted to remind everyone that we're going to have a special video later on today for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. That video should be available for members right now, but specifically I wanted to focus on this company since it looks like they are providing some very unique, interesting opportunities that I wanted to tell you about. As of course, you guys know after watching this channel that I'm a big fan of commodities, a big fan of alternatives to the US dollar. I love precious metals. I love working with Precious Metals Company, and that's why when West Red Lake Gold Mines contacted me, I said, hell yeah, let's absolutely do something, as of course the price of gold is going up in the making of this video. And this company gives you a very interesting alternative way to invest in precious metals, as they have acquired a very important gold mine in the Red Lake, Ontario, Canada region, which is a world-class jurisdiction that is safe, reliable, which many companies already work with in that specific region. This company now owns a permitted mine and mill. As the first gold was found in that region in 1945, it spurred on a little gold rush in that region, as gold is reaching all-time highs in America, as it already is an all-time high in 70 other fiat currency countries at the moment. Yes, you heard that correctly. Gold is at an all-time high in 70 other fiat currency countries. All of this is happening as, of course, a lot of people expect the price of oil and energy to go up dramatically, as The Guardian today is reporting that there's a global inflation fear as oil prices have now risen towards $100 a barrel, which highlights the fact that commodities probably will be going up from here, as there's a lot of volatility in the market, especially when it comes to the energy sectors, especially when it comes to European countries that now have been cut off from a huge energy source, as some countries like Germany are literally shooting themselves in the foot and getting rid of their nuclear reactors, as they're going back on coal, of all things, all in the name of sustainability, a Green New Deal, so they could, quote, build back better, but in reality, they're causing a situation that is creating a lot of financial havoc for the people of their country, specifically the poorest people of their country that now have to face very steep, high energy prices, as a potential heavy winter would only exacerbate the larger energy crisis that the world is dealing with. All of this while the central banks try to fight inflation, while, of course, doing everything in their power to absolutely make it that much worse. But don't worry. Christina Anandpour and Paul Krugman on CNN tell you that the economy is great. Because, you know, the corporate media would never lie to you at all. And again, with all these factors happening right now, it's one of the reasons why this company reached out to me and I said, yes, absolutely, I will work with you. As of course, Red Lake Gold Mines is expected and projected to find around 100,000 ounces of gold per year with this specific mine that they bought for $70 million, even though the previous owners invested over $350 million into this mine, which, because of the global sickness, they were not able to successfully work with. That, along with debt, allowed new management to come in That new management is West Red Lake Gold, as they are now stabilizing the mine and putting it back into production. The CEO of this company is Shane Williams, who of course previously built 4 gold mines himself, as this company also has a who's who's name in the gold industry, as this company finds itself in a very unique situation, as even the public filings are showing a lot of the insiders within this company, including the CEO, are buying a lot of the shares here. Now, before making any kind of financial moves yourself, make sure to do your own research, do your own due diligence, and that's why we have linked the company's information down in the description below so you could find out more information about them. As, in my opinion, diversifying in this kind of global economic instability is absolutely crucial and important. As CNBC News is reporting today that major central banks are on the brink of peak rates and that the inflation battle is not over. And of course it's not. The central banks are literally printing money out of thin air and giving it over to their buddies in BlackRock, State Street, and other major investment firms that, of course, are using it to buy up real estate and screw over the American people from having any kind of financial wealth or stability in their life. Gold has always been a historic store of value for a lot of individuals trying to protect their money against inflation, and with a lot of troubling domestic foreign policy news, especially with the acceleration of BRICS nations, especially with the price of energy and oil going up dramatically, especially with the Build Back Better policies. This is why we wanted to specifically thank West Red Lake Gold Mines for reaching out to us, supporting our channel, and sponsoring this video. Especially now with the US debt set to hit $33 trillion in just a matter of moments from now. As the debt ceiling is being pushed down the road, no plans to fix this out of control spending, as it's fair to say that we're headed towards some very tumultuous times, according to my own personal opinion. So yeah, check out the company down in the description below again. And again, we're very grateful for the companies reaching out, working with us, sponsoring videos. As of course, this is the type of stuff that I would naturally be talking about anyway. Why not talk about that and promote a company, private business, private enterprise? It's a win-win for everyone. And if you agree, share this video with your friends and family members. It is more imperative than ever. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching and sharing these videos, and that's why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on WeAreChange.org. One more video coming your way on LukeUnfiltered.com. And we just did a 3-hour live podcast on rumble.com/WeAreChange that is very popular. Already has nearly 100,000 views, where we hypnotized Clint of the Liberty Lockdown podcast. You want to see Clint hypnotized? Him getting rid of his douche flute? Check out rumble.com/WeAreChange. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more.